April. Welcome. I got bumped off, got a phone call as soon as I got started, so I'm going to wait. I know Ann was on as well, so I'm going to just wait a couple more minutes here. April, hope you're having a good Monday. Okay, let's see where Miss Ann went. Ooh, that's always tough, April. Very hard. There you are. Okay, Ann, I was waiting for you. So sorry. I got a spam call right as we started, and I tried to stop it, and it bumped me right off. So I'm back. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get started, and some others may jump on as well. All righty. Let's see. All righty. Welcome, and thank you for joining me for my Facebook Live on this boutique event. I'm so glad that you joined me. If you are new to my business, I'm the Wexford Stamper. My name is Barbara Reed, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I have had left some posts during the course of the day just to give you a little idea of some of the things I do. I have a business partner, and the two of us provide, for now, we're providing the online classes, card classes, and we make cards. We do other kinds of 3D paper crafting, and we have a great time. So today, I am going to be sharing with you my Faith and Family sampler. This is something that I designed just for this event, and I want to thank Gina. She was the one that asked me to join the event, and I'm so glad I did. These are the kits that will be provided for those that would like one. These are $20 each, and they do not include the frame. So you can either comment during the Facebook Live, or you can message me later and let me know if you'd like one. Now let me show you what it looks like in the frame, because that is what we're going for. Okay, here is the sampler in the frame. Okay, now the frame is a 9x9. The frame is a 9x9 shadow box, and they're really, really easy to get. I get most of mine at Michael's, but they're also available at Amazon. And if you have trouble finding one, if you get a kit, put it together, have trouble finding a frame, just message me and I will send you some links on how to find it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and open it up here on the back. And I'm going to get okay, here is the sampler that we will be making this evening. Okay, so it starts on a 9x9 piece of white cardstock, and then we are going to build on there all the pieces. I'm going to take you through the whole process. It's quite easy, and your kit will have everything you need to put it together. And remember, my suggestions and my directions are just recommendations. You can always change it up and make it whatever way you like. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, now in your kit, you will get a large piece of white. This is the 9x9. Then on top of that, you will get a 8.5 by 8.5 piece of navy. Okay, then you will get 6 of these cardstock panels, and this is what we are going to be working on to put the words on first. All right, so I'm going to put aside the big things, and my suggestion would be to get your large panel and your medium-sized panel and one of the small panels, and we are going to be putting together these 3 panels here: the faith panel, the and then the family. So the family is going to go on the large, and then faith on the medium, and then your ampersand will go on the, oh, that's good, April. Then this will fit right in there. And the ampersand will go on the smallest. All right. You will get, as part of your kit, all the letters you need. And you'll notice when you get your packet open that you'll have 2 of each letter that you need. And that's because you're going to be adhering these together. If you look at my sample here, you can see the navy blue letter is behind the white letter, and that just gives it a little bit of a kind of a 3-dimensional look. So that's why we have that there. So I'm show you exactly how I do that here. What you're going to do is you're going to take your navy blue letter and you're just going to put a little bit of glue along the right hand side, and then you're going to do the same thing here, very little bit, you don't need a lot, along the right hand side of the letter. Then you're going to take your white letter and you're going to lay it right on top. However, you're going to move it a little bit to the right, maybe 1/8 of an inch, between 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch. And now you're going to do the same thing to the Y. So I'm going to put this right on top of the navy Y. And then it's going to give it a little bit of a 3D look. Okay? Then before we can put them on, we're going to turn them over. And we're going to use these dimensionals to put them on. Now these will be included in your pack, and you're going to want to use half of them. So I cut along and cut these in half, and then you're going to pull them off and just put them right on the back of your letter. Now these are like little pieces, they're like sponge, and they give your project a little bit of lift, a little more 3-dimension, and one side still has its little piece of paper on it, so it's not going to be sticky, but the other side is already, you can stick it right down to your letter. All right, now I've already done all the other letters, so you don't have to watch me do that. So let's go ahead and pull in our first one. This is going to be family. This is the largest one. So what I do, after I've glued all my letters together and put the dimensionals on the back, I'm just going to lay them down here on my large panel. See if I can spell family. Okay, and before I adhere them or take the paper off the back of the dimensional, I want to make sure they're just in the right spot. So you can move them around a little bit if you'd like, just to get them where you want them to be. And remember, we're going to be putting some flowers on the end of each of these panels. So you want to leave a little space on both ends for your flowers. Doesn't need a lot of space, but some. So I would recommend something like that. Leave a little bit of space on the back. All right, so let's go ahead and start adhering. So I'm just going to take the backings off of these dimensionals, and then I'm going to be able to stick them right down to the panel, and they won't move. All right, so I'm going to do it by just picking up one at a time and letting all the other ones lay there, so I don't have to worry about spacing. Okay, all the other ones are where they're supposed to be, so I'm just going to take the one off and line it up. And let's do the F the same way. Just taking my pick tool here This is a great way to get off your backings on your dimensionals. Let's put that right there. All right, now we've got these three on the other end to put on. Yeah, the spring sampler is 12 by 12. This one is only 9 by 9. So Dory's is a little bigger. This is the one that's the same size as the ones that we've done in the past. I don't know how long you've been a customer, April, but we've done the 9 by 9s in the past. All right, last letter here. And then we'll be ready to bring in our medium size panel. And we will do the same thing. Okay, on the medium size panel, on the medium size panel, we're going to put the word faith. All right, same thing. Let's go ahead and put it on the panel, all the letters, before we start adhering. Okay, make sure your blue end, oops, let me get up here in the picture, sorry. The blue or navy blue side is to the left. Okay, so this one is a tight fit. Okay, so let's go ahead and start putting the letters on. Get the backs off here. If you have any questions about any of the classes or any way to get information about the classes, you can certainly comment. Okay, Dory and I have at least 4 different events every month. And if you're interested in becoming part of our VIP groups in Facebook, we can certainly make that happen. You just have to send a request. That will kind of keep you in the loop about all the different events. Make sure that you're invited to all the different events and see what all the awesome ladies in our group are creating. It's always fun to see what everybody's creating. All right, we have one more here, gang. But this tool really helps me get these little backings off quickly, because I certainly don't have any. I'm going to move this one over a little bit. I'm going to put him on first. Okay, then we'll put this one on. Okay, and I think we'll move the eye over just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to turn this over so I can use the back here, and this will help me get this off easier. Okay, as long as you don't push it down too hard, you can usually pull it back up a little bit more. There we go. So I'm going to move that over. And now we have room for all our letters. There we go. Okay, let me get all these papers away. All right. There is faith. And then the last one we have here is the little ampersand or the and sign. And we have dimensionals on the back of that as well. And then we will be ready to move on. So let's go ahead. Get all those off. Don't worry, I put plenty of dimensionals in the kit. You'll have plenty to use. All right, so there we go. So now we have our 3 pieces ready to be placed on. Let me get another dimensional on the back of my T. I moved him and now he isn't sticky. So you have plenty that you can use if you make an oops like me. All right, there we go. There, that's better. All right, now we have all our panels with words all ready to go. So now is the best time to bring in your larger navy blue. This is 8.5 by 8.5, and we're gonna go ahead and place our pieces here. Yes, April, we do have our class at 7 o'clock this evening, yes. All right, so let's go ahead and place these. We have faith up here, we have family at the bottom, and then we have the and right here. Okay, then we're going to bring in the other 3 that we have left here, you should have 6 of these all together. Okay, so that's going to make your entire sampler. Okay, with all the backings, all we'll have left then is to place all the flowers. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my liquid glue and I'm going to start putting the panels on. We're going to work with the same concept as we did with the letters. You're going to let everything sit where it is, and then you're going to just pick up one at a time, put some glue on the back, and then place it on your sampler. Okay, then you won't have to worry about things getting out of place and then not having enough room to put something down at the end. Okay, so that's going to go right there. Okay, then we'll start our next layer. It's going to go right here. Then our centerpiece here. Now we've got row 2 all done. This comes together pretty quickly. All right. And finally, our large panel at the bottom with family. Okay. Now you're all glued down and ready to put your flowers on. Okay, now I've taken some time to go through the flowers that were in my kit and glued some of the centers together so you won't have to watch me do all that. But these are all my flowers, and this is the same flowers that you will get in your set. Now you'll need to glue your centers, and you'll also need to glue these flowers together. This is like a small flower on top of another flower. This is a set of dies that you can get at Stampin' Up. It's called stitched petals maybe. It's escaping me, but it's a great set to have and use for many things other than cards. We have a lot of cards that we've made with it, but you can also use it to make the sampler here. I'm going to go ahead and start here at the top with the 2 little small, okay, and they are going to be right here, a little pink and purple. And what I like to do is I just put a little dot of glue on the back. I'll show you a few different ways you can do it. You can put a dot of glue there and then just place it down. Okay, same thing here. And I kind of turn up the edges of the flowers so they have a little bit of a 3D effect. Okay. That one doesn't want to stay. Okay, be that way. All right, and now I'm going to bring in a leaf, and this is just going to slide in right behind. Now you want to be careful when you're putting your leaves and things on. They can stick off the paper a little bit, but not much more than like a 1/4 inch. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on the back of my leaf, and I'm going to kind of slide that in under the F. Okay, and then readjust my little flowers a little bit. Okay. There we go. Now they're all on there. We will come back and do the pearls at the end. So there we go. That's our first one. Okay, now for this one, we're going to need a purple and a pink and a blue. And I've put all the centers on those. And then we're going to need 2 more of the leaves. Okay, when you get this kit, it will include a picture, but it will also include this video. I'll put this video on my YouTube channel, and you can go back and watch it if that would help. All right, now I'm going to show you another way that you can put your flowers on, and that is with glue dots. I'm sure many of you have already heard of glue dots and have used them in crafting before. They're great. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and round up the corners a little bit of the flower. I'm going to stick it down on my glue dots. Then I'm going to grab it and I'm going to put it right down on my paper. Okay, if you aren't a fan of the wet glue, this is a great alternative. Okay, there goes my little pink flower. I've turned up the edges just a little bit and I'm going to place that right there. Okay, last flower for this second quadrant here. And I'm going to put that, right there. Okay, now I'm going to use a little bit of glue for the leaves because I like to tuck them in underneath. So I'm going to grab my glue, just a dot on there, and I'm just going to tuck them back and under the purple flowers. And I'm going to do the same thing under the blue. Okay, remember this is the design I came up with. If you want to use different colored flowers in different spots, that is fine, you know that. All right, hey Renee, how are you? Glad you can find us and join us. All right, let's go ahead and do the glue dots again with these next two quadrants. All right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this blue flower, and that is going to go right there. Now, let me show you the purple flower here. For this purple flower, I took a larger flower and then I glued the small flower on the inside. So that makes a little bit of a different design for your flower. All those pieces will be in your kit for you. When you get it, I suggest that you put your flowers together before you put them on your sampler. I'll put my purple flower right down there. And then I need a cute little pink flower, and this color is a new color in Stampin' Up, and it's Magenta Madness. It's such a nice, pretty, bright pink. Really is such a nice, bright color, and I'm tossing them off the side here. All right, so there's our three, and we're gonna come in with some more leaves. The leaves are, the color here is called Granny Apple Green. Now for this one, I'm going to just tear off the bottom set of leaves because it's a little too long. And I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on the back and I'm gonna tuck in here at the top, like that. All right, it's okay if it stands up a little bit off the page because remember, you're going to be putting this in a shadow box. So you're going to have plenty of space. Let's put this down this way. You're going to have plenty of space for the things to stand up. Okay, there we go. All right, so there's that one. Let's move over to this one here. This is coming together so nice and quickly for you. All right, let's go ahead. This one we need a cute little Highland Heather is the name of this color. If you're not familiar with Stampin' Up, we don't just have purple and blue and green as names of our colors. We have to give them a little bit of a fancier name. So that is Highland Heather. This is Pumpkin Pie is the name of this orange, which is the perfect name for it. Put him here. And then we have this cute little flower, and this color is Mango Melody. And again, this is the flower that is, that is the two-piece flower, the small one on the inside. And that's gonna go right there. Okay, let's go ahead and bring in a couple more of these leaves. Again, with this long leaf, I've found it better if we just cut off the bottom part of the leaf there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glue. And I'm just going to tuck it behind here. Okay, oops, I said behind here, leaf. There we go, that's better. All right, now I need one more leaf on this one, and then we're going right down to family. So we are already at the bottom of it. All right, let's see. That one slides in here. Just love the little pierced holes in all of them. It makes it look almost like a needlework. All right, we've just got a couple more flowers to put on here. We have these tiny little flowers in, who remembers the colors? Pumpkin Pie, Mango Melody. Let's go ahead and stick with our glue dots. Put one on that glue dot. One on that glue dot. And then these go right here along the side where the F is. Okay. Remember, you can always go back, and you probably should go back even after you finish your whole sampler, and give the flowers a little bit of a shush so that they're standing up a little bit on the paper so that they look 3D. All right, same thing. We have this long one here. I'm going to go ahead and tear off that top piece. And I'm going to dab a little bit of glue on the bottom. And this goes right up here under my pumpkin pie. All right. Last one, we've got this beautiful blue, which is Seaside Spray. And this one is going to go along the bottom of the Y there. And then we're going to be finished. That's amazing how quickly. Let me look at our time. We're not even a half hour into it, the live, and we're almost done. All right. Now, your flower will need to cover your Y a little bit because remember, you only have about 1/4 inch that it can hang off on the edge if you want it to fit into your frame. All right, and we have one more leaf, and I'm going to grab my liquid glue. I think my favorite of the different techniques I used was I liked using the glue dots with the flowers, and then I liked using the liquid glue with the leaves, so it gave me a little time to stick it in under there. All right, now last thing we need to do is add some pearls. Now you will have pearls in your kit. I'm going to grab my pearls from my stash, but you will have a strip of pearls in your kit that you can use to finish your decorating on the kit. All right, so let's go ahead and finish up. And the places where those are going to go are the places on the flowers that we don't have our little brown centers, the cardstock centers. So you can go ahead and use, I'll give you an ample supply of all the all the pearls, so that you'll be able to put one on every single flower on your sampler that needs one. And of course, I'll give you some extra. And I just noticed I forgot to do my ampersand. I'm glad I caught that before I finished today. Okay, a sampler is just not finished if your ampersand doesn't have a flower on it, right? All right, so let's go back to our ampersand, and that's what I was wondering. I thought I might have packed an extra in this kit, and then I thought, nope, that is for the ampersand. All right, so I'm going to grab the last 2 items here. I have this Mango Melody, and this goes directly onto the ampersand right at the bottom there. So I'm going to grab my glue dots for the final time. And it's going to go right there. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring in my last set of leaves, put a little bit of glue, and I'm going to tuck those in underneath the ampersand here. Just hold that down for a second. And there we go. I think I need another little dimensional behind that ampersand. He wants to be up in the air. And we don't want that. All right, so I'm going to grab another little dimensional. Remember I said the best is to cut them in half. And I'm just going to tuck that right here under my flower. There we go. I'm going to floof him up a little bit. And what does he need? He needs his little pearl. And that is all the flowers for on there. Okay, let me go ahead and show you the last step. You're going to bring in your piece of white cardstock, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to adhere your sampler to that white piece of cardstock, making sure that you have a nice 1/4 inch border around the edge. So I'm going to go ahead and take my Tombow and just put a little bit on here, making sure I'm not getting too close to the edge. And then I'm going to place it, and when you use the liquid glue, it gives you a little bit of time that you can slide it around and get it right in the spot you want before you place it. So there you have it. There is the sampler. Isn't that so quick and easy? All right, let me show you exactly what you do to get it into the frame. You're going to open your frame. This is the frame opened, okay? This is how the frame sits before it's opened. They have these little fasteners that you have to push up so they're straight up in the air so you can pull off this back panel. Okay, then what you're going to do, you're going to put your front panel with the glass on the tabletop. You're going to take your Faith and Family sampler and lay it right inside. There's a little lip that it will go right down on and stay. It's not going to go all the way against the window. So it has a little bit space, and then you're going to put your back into the spot, and then these little metal fasteners lay right flat down. That holds everything in there. And there you have it. There is your sampler. Alrighty. So if you are interested in getting a kit, just let me know. If you have any other questions about my business and any questions about my card classes, you can let me know as well. The kit again is $20, and it comes without the frame. All right. You will be getting a picture of the sampler as well as this video tutorial I will put on my YouTube channel. So just message me if you're interested, and have a great evening. And just to let you know, if you are on my VIP page, we will be having our Stamp of the Month class at 7 o'clock. So I hope to see you there as well. Thank you so much for joining me, and keep crafting, ladies. Take care.